Okay, so we'll not take much of time here. I'll quickly go through this. We have gone through the decision making. We have started actually with Boolean. Otherwise, we will not understand the loops and the logic, right? So we have started with a Boolean expression, a very basic term. So Boolean expression, that means the expression which results into either true value or false value. Okay, and based on the response or the result, you can say true or false, the further loops are going to be executed. So if you have seen the loop or working of the loop or the conditional statement, okay, I will move to directly the summary of it. Okay, here, if you have checked the syntax of all the loops that we have seen, here you require the Boolean expression, result of Boolean expression. If you find the result of this Boolean expression are true, then and then only it will execute what is there inside the body of that loop. Otherwise, it will not execute. For your understanding, I have written like S1, S2 that I have mentioned. All those are nothing but the statements. Okay, it is written in the small letters, right? In the short forms. If, then, if else, right? When this Boolean expression is true, S1 will execute, otherwise it will not. In this case, when Boolean expression is true, it will execute S1. Otherwise, if the result of this Boolean expression is false, it will execute S2. That means else part. Similarly with if, else if this is false, if this condition is false, if this condition is false here, sorry. Okay, we are in this if else if loop. If this condition is false, it will not execute S1. It will move to next condition. If this is true, it will display only S2. It will not execute S1 and S3. But if both these conditions are false, Boolean expression, that means if it returns false value, so at this moment, it will display the result in the S3. The result kashatla display will S3 madla. So these are if loop, if else loop, if else if loop. Next, we have also seen nested loops, right? Now, why we called it as a nested? That means the same structure appears inside the condition. If I use here outside if loop, and if I use here while loop or for loop, it will not call it as nested if else. तिथे nested if else नाही म्हणू शकत आपण. Okay, if I'm having a while loop outside, okay, the program we have seen in the mini project, if you have checked the condition, okay, here is outside while loop, and in while loop I am checking the condition if loop. Okay, so this I will not call it as a nested loop. त्याला nested loop म्हणता येत नाही. If I am having if loop as a outside loop, and again I am having the if else loop inside in the if loop, then I will call it as nested if else. If I use while loop inside while loop, then I will call it as a nested while loop, as like here I have shown. And if I use for loop within for loop, that time I called it as a nested for loop. Okay, so these structures and the related examples we have seen in the last lecture, right? You can remember this as a summary part. If you do remember this syntax, it will be easier for you. सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं syntax, and second point is indentation. If you don't follow the indentation in this conditional statement or loop statement, you will not get the result. तुम्हाला result मिळणार नाही. Okay, so this is what the required. Also, we have seen like two students yesterday, they have sent me the this mini project with the restriction. Okay, two students have sent me the this program, mini project program, related with the restrictions. Restriction in the sense I use to apply count म्हणजेच की having, or you can say if you wish you can give 5 attempts. जर तुम्हाला पाहिजे नसेल तर तुम्ही 5 अटेम्प्ट द्या. 10 attempts you can give, or you can give 3 attempts, or you can give only 1 attempt to guess it correctly. Okay, it totally depend on you, but you need to follow this syntax. Out of this, what one of you have done here. Okay, I will try to little zoom. Okay, I will add to this now, add to dictionary, so that it will not show me this underline. Okay, now check here. Don't give comma. If you give comma, this 3 minus x, that means if it is one first attempt or second attempt, हे तुमचं काय होईल? You have हा कर्ली ब्रॅकेट सुद्धा प्रिंट होईल, अटेम्प्ट लेफ्ट, आणि याच्यानंतर काय प्रिंट होईल? हे जे काय आन्सर असेल 3 minus x. Now what is x? 1. In this case, if you take x is as 1, now it will, इथे प्रिंट काय होईल? You have हा कर्ली ब्रॅकेट सुद्धा as it is प्रिंट होईल, अटेम्प्ट लेफ्ट स्पेस 2 स्पेस 2 प्रिंट होईल. I don't want like this way. What I wish to print, you have, instead of this curly bracket, the answer of this need to be print. या कर्ली ब्रॅकेटच्या जागी काय व्हायला पाहिजे? इथे जे काही आन्सर असेल ते आन्सर इथे प्रिंट व्हायला पाहिजे. सो त्याच्यासाठी कुठली मेथड आहे? डॉट फॉर्मॅट. ओके, इथे जर तुम्ही कॉमा दिला, इट विल नॉट वर्क, ते वर्क होणार नाही. सो व्हॉट यू नीड टू गिव्ह? डॉट फॉर्मॅट. अँड नाव द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दिस डॉट फॉर्मॅट and the expression is going to be replaced with here. You have 2 attempt left. Okay, so only this correction need to be required in one of the answer for one student, those who have sent me the answer. Okay, now before starting with list, also I have given one example to you, right, for homework. This is the example. Only 3 students have sent me the screenshot of it. What about others? मला फक्त 3 जणांचेच स्क्रीनशॉट आले. Many of you have sent me screenshot related with this, but only 3 students have sent me the screenshot related with this homework. So what about this screenshot? Yes, have you done homework or not, or forget? Yes, anyone can reply. Silence is not an answer. Hello, am I audible? In a very simple way, yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think as you have said yes, only you have sent me the screenshot. Okay, just now I received a screenshot from your side, from the students. Okay, good. The student, okay, I will not take the name of the students. Okay, he has implemented this type of program, right? This type of pattern, as well as like reverse of all these. हे सगळेच काय केलेत? या टाइप मध्ये प्रिंट केलेत त्यांनी. Okay, very good. Okay, similarly again he has reversed this pattern also. Good. Yes, or can you take 5 minutes? Can you implement in next 5 minutes? If you forget to implement this home assignment, एक 5 मिनिटं घ्या. Okay. Okay, I will wait for 5 minutes for your screenshot, and then we'll move on. Okay, for your readiness, I will provide you the compiler link. Just a minute. I think it's sharing stop. Is screen visible to you? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I have shared you the link in your chat box. Just click on the link so that you can easily access this. Only little changes are required to be done in program. Just send me the screenshot fast. Okay, one of you has sent me the screenshot related with this type, but homework was given to this. Okay, so you need to display these stars in a reverse order. Come on, do it fast. Sorry. Okay, I got a response from your side, but again, some of you are not yet send me the screenshot. Okay, so for them, I will do it once again. Okay, first year, as per our regular name, roll number, division, display given pattern. So this is the heading. Let's take value variable. As I'm going to take value from the user, enter number. Okay, enter number. I will give message. Okay, that number has to be converted into, yes, integer. Sorry. So that I will use here int. Now I am assuming you are familiar with this typecasting. Okay, So I will not unnecessarily use the second line. In a one line, I'm going to write it. Okay. Okay, then I'm having the condition while here I need to use one variable. Let's take an variable value of variable is I, and I is equal to 1. That last time we have initialized. Now check condition here. I less than equal to n. Okay. As of this, we are good. इथपर्यंत आपण लास्ट टाइमला सुद्धा बघितलं होतं, राईट. नाउ व्हॉट इज रिक्वायर्ड, j need to be reverse. Okay, if you check it here, इथे काय झालंय, when I is equal to 1 we have kept j is equal to 1. But now here what I want all the values. इथे मला काय करायचे, सगळ्या कॉलम पासून आधी सुरुवात करायची. इथे फक्त एका कॉलम पासून नाही करायची होती मला. इथे काय केलं आपण, j is equal to 1 केला होता, करेक्ट. So here what I am going to do, here I am doing only j instead of 1 I will take all the values. ज्या तुमच्या sorry, the values you have stored here in the n variable. Okay, now here I am going to make the condition while j greater than equal to, हा लूप कुठपर्यंत ट्रॅव्हर्स झाला पाहिजे, चेक करा. हा लूप जो आहे हा कुठपर्यंत आला पाहिजे, when it is equal to 1. Okay, when j is greater than or equal to 1, इथपर्यंत काय झालं पाहिजे, तो लूप एक्झिक्यूट झाला पाहिजे. आणि तो एक्झिक्यूट झाल्यानंतर काय प्रिंट व्हायला पाहिजे, जे व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही प्रिंट करताय. आता प्रिंट कुठलं काय करायचंय तुम्हाला, जस्ट चेक, यू नीड टू प्रिंट द स्टार. Okay, so I will write it here, print in double inverted comma. If I don't give double inverted comma, so it will show me error because star has a different meaning. Okay, and here I'm going to give the space. Okay, now after this, once I print all the star, it need to move next line. But if you check, I need to decrement the column. Initially I have the 5 columns, then 4 column, 3 column, 2, 1. That means I need to decrement the value of j variable. J is equal to j minus 1. Okay, and after this it need to move for next line. नंतर काय व्हायला पाहिजे, नेक्स्ट लाईनला मूव्ह व्हायला पाहिजे. ओके, जस्ट चेक if okay, print will not come at here. It is if I write print here, what it will do, it will print all the stars in one line. सगळे स्टार एका खाली एक प्रिंट होतील. I don't want it. I will go to the next line. So it will print 5 star first, then it will move to next line, and then it increment the value of I with 1. Okay, and I will come outside this. Okay, if you check, if I run the program, enter number, let's say 5. Why it has like 5 by 5 this way? चेक करा कुठं प्रोग्रामिंग मध्ये कुठे काय ऍड करायचं राहिले, कुठं काय मायनस करायचं राहिले. I is less than or equal to n, correct. j is equal to j minus 1 झालेलं नाही. Why?
j is equal to 1 पाहिजे ना सर.
कुठे, इथे? हॅलो,
नाही सर, while खाली 12
लाईन नंबर सांगा मला.
12
लाईनला इथे काय पाहिजे,
is equal to पाहिजे, greater than कसं काय सर?
नाही इथे जर एक लक्ष घ्या, इथे जर हा मी असं इक्वल टू केला, सॉरी नुसता इक्वल टू केला म्हणजे काय होतंय, आता इथे काय चेक होणार, जर तुम्ही नुसतं इक्वल टू केलं तर जे ज्यावेळेस जे या व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू 1 असेल त्याच वेळेस ही कंडिशन काय असेल, ट्रू असेल. आणि त्याच वेळेस काय होईल, इथला स्टार प्रिंट होईल. पण आपल्याला तसं नकोय. आपल्याला काय करायचे, 5 स्टार प्रिंट करायचे, त्याच्यानंतर 4, त्याच्यानंतर 3, त्याच्यानंतर 2, त्याच्यानंतर 1. ओके, सो दिस कंडिशन शुड नॉट बी देअर. ही कंडिशन कधी एक्झिक्यूट होईल, व्हेन दिस n बिकम्स 1. येते लक्षात?
सर तिथं 11 नंबर लाईन आहे ना, तिथं j इक्वल्स टू 5 पाहिजे.
नाही ऐका, आता इथे j इक्वल टू 5 जे आहे, मी इथे काय लिहिलंय, n लिहिलंय. सो व्हॉट इज n? इथे चेक करा आउटपुट मध्ये 5 आहे, बरोबर का? सो n इज पास टू हिअर. इथे काय केलं मी, n च पास केलं. ओके, इन्स्टेड ऑफ 1 आय विल डू I. व्हॉट इज I व्हेरिएबल? इथे काय होते, कॉन्स्टंटली 1 कम्पेअर होते. कम्पेअर काय करायचंय मला, I व्हेरिएबल. ओके, just check. I will run the program again. Okay, one of you have mentioned in the comment last line la I is equal to I minus 1. No. See, मी परत एकदा सांगतो तुम्हाला, इथे मी I व्हेरिएबल कशासाठी यूज केलाय चेक करा. मी तुम्हाला 2 गोष्टी सांगितल्यात, परत एकदा सांगतो. हा बाहेरचा जो लूप आपण घेत असतो, फॉर लूप असेल किंवा व्हाईल लूप असेल, तो कशासाठी असतो, तुमच्या रो साठी असतो, बरोबर? हा बाहेरचा लूप कशासाठी असतो, नंबर ऑफ रोज साठी असतो. आणि इनसाइड जो लूप असतो म्हणजे नेस्टेड केलेला, हा नेस्टेड केलेला लूप हा कशासाठी असतो, तुमचा कॉलम साठी असतो. म्हणजे कॉलम म्हणजे हे व्हर्टिकल, ही फर्स्ट लाईन, ही सेकंड लाईन, सॉरी आता हे हायलाइट सगळंच होतं. इथे सेकंड लाईन, ही थर्ड लाईन, ही फोर्थ लाईन आणि ही फिफ्थ लाईन. म्हणजे हे व्हर्टिकलला काय म्हणतात, कॉलम म्हणतात. आणि हॉरिझॉन्टलला what we are calling it as, in programming we called it as a row or record. Mostly we called it as a row. Now if I do here minus, if I minus 1, तर काय होईल, रो डिक्रीज होत जातील. I don't want to decrease the row. जितके नंबर मी इथे इनपुट करून घेतलेत, इथे चेक करा, n इट इज लेस दॅन ऑर इक्वल टू n. म्हणजेच काय की जर मी 5 ही व्हॅल्यू घेतली असेल तर 5 काय झाले पाहिजेत, माझ्या रो प्रिंट झाले पाहिजेत. हॅलो, एम आय ऑडिबल?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
ओके, तर तिथे काय झाले पाहिजेत, 5 रो यायला पाहिजेत. दिस इज फॉर रो अँड इनसाइड लूप इज फॉर कॉलम व्हॅल्यूज. ओके, नाउ चेक इफ आय हॅव रिटर्न 1, तर इथे काय होते, 1 इज कॉन्स्टंट. नाउ व्हॉट एव्हर द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ j is now 5. It is always greater, j minus 1, that is 4. 4 is always greater than 1. Again it will do minus. 3 is also greater than 1. 2 is also greater than 1. 1, it is also greater than 1. That means it will print 5 stars. Now when it becomes j minus 1, that means 1 minus 1 0. When j becomes 0, here 0 greater than equal to 1, this condition एक्झिक्यूट टू फॉल्स. इथे एक कंडिशन काय झाली, मी परत एकदा प्रोग्राम रन करतो. इथे कंडिशन काय झाली, सॉरी आता इथे चेंज झाल्यामुळे काय झालं, तो इन्फिनाइट मध्ये गेला. एक मिनिट. ओके, विल गो बॅक टू आवर फर्स्ट आउटपुट. ओके, 0. आता ही कंडिशन काय झाली, फॉल्स. सो इट विल नॉट एंटर इन टू द बॉडी. नाउ इट विल नॉट डिक्रीमेंट, इट विल गो आउटसाइड अँड इट व्हॉट इट विल डू, go to the next line. So pointer will come to this line. It increments the value of I. Initially this is row number 1. Now 1 plus 1, 2. So I becomes 2. What is there, I2? That is your second row. Is 2 less than 5? इथे I या variable ची value काय आता 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, condition is true. It will go inside. It will assign value to j variable, that is 5. Now it will check, in this case, is 5 less than 1? Yes, it will print star to this location. It will minus value of j variable, that is 5 minus 1, 4. Again, it will check condition is 4 greater than equal to 1. Yes. It will print star. It will decrease the value. It will print, it will ask again, is 3 less than, is 3 greater than equal to 1? Yes. So it will print third star. Again, it will go for the next line minus. So it will start again 2 minus 1. Yes. Sorry, 3 minus 1, 2. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes. It will print star. So we'll come to this star. Now at this moment, again 2 minus 1, 1. Is 1 less than equal to 1? Yes, true. So it will print this star. Now it will, value of j is what? 1. 1 minus 1, 0. It will go here. Is 0 greater than equal to 1? False. So it will execute, it will not execute this. It will go to next print line. So it will go here. तर इथे 1 दिल्यामुळे काय झालं की j is now 5. 5 is always greater than 1. So it will print this. आपल्याला काय करायचंय की जी व्हॅल्यू मी इथं रो साठी घेतली ती मला इथे ऍड करायची. ओके, म्हणजेच काय होईल, इथे एकदा 1 येईल, त्याच्यानंतर इन्क्रीमेंट, इट विल गो टू नेक्स्ट लाईन दिस वे 2 पर्यंत येईल. व्हेन आय बिकम्स 2, तिथे काय होईल, एक स्टार आपोआप डिलीट होईल. व्हेन आय बिकम्स 3, इट विल रिड्यूस. व्हेन आय बिकम्स 4, it will reduce. When I becomes, due to this plus plus, when I becomes 5, is 5 less than, is 5 now at this moment, is 5 greater than equal to 5? Yes. So it will print only one time. Okay. And here at the next line it will go 5 minus 1, 4. Is 4 less than equal to I? That means 5. No. So it will go outside again. And here 5 plus 1, 6. Is 6 less than equal to n? No. So it will go outside. Okay. समजते का? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So variable select करताना असं नाही की तुम्हाला असं नाही की तुम्हाला हे काय म्हणतात की फर्स्ट गो मध्येच तुम्हाला करेक्ट आन्सर मिळेल. ओके, हे तुम्हाला फर्स्ट गो मध्येच आन्सर मिळेल असं नाही. जस्ट लाईक as I have taken one value here and I execute the program, I found this type of pattern, but what is required? This. म्हणजे मला काय करायचं इथे, ज्यावेळेस मी सेकंड लाईनला येईल त्यावेळेस एक कट झाला पाहिजे, ज्यावेळेस थर्ड रोला येईल त्यावेळेस मला इथले अजून कट व्हायला पाहिजे. सो while explaining to you where is the problem, I found out here instead of 1, if I write I, so column काय होत जातील माझे, याच्या बरोबर हे डिक्रीज होत जातील. ओके, if I execute it here like this way, sorry, this way, you will find the answer. Okay, now I will copy this code. Okay, now not necessary to print this line outside. Okay, I will copy this code and I will paste it here for you. Give me a minute. Okay, when I'm doing enter here, it comes to the next line. Jar program to me, if you have taken the program as it is, copy and paste. Okay, I will do it for you. Okay, instead of this, first I will copy the output. Okay, I will rearrange it later. Okay, काय सांगायचं होतं मला? हां. Okay, if you do copy this code and if you do run here, हा program execute होणार नाही. Okay, you will get error. Error काय येत आहे? Because due to this editor एका खाली एक येताना काय होते की it lost the indentation. check. After this, I need to have the indentation. You need to be correct your program. Okay. Otherwise, it will not work. Like this way, if you do modification, okay, then it will execute. Okay, while is also not there. Okay. Okay. So as it is जरी तुम्ही इथून the sample answer is sample code is given to you, but you need to follow the indentation while you are running the program. Indentation is very important in Python. Okay, do remember this. Okay, also yesterday we have seen here for loop. Just a minute. Okay, so what is there in the syntax of for loop? For, you need to name a variable in some sequence. Okay, I will go to syntax first. See, for any variable which belong to this sequence. Now for us, we have these three types of sequence. One is string, other is list, and third one is a range. Okay. Range, that means if you use this range initial value, last value. List, for list you need to be with square brackets, and string you need to be with quotes. आता याच्यामधले जर तुम्हाला व्हॅल्यूज जर बघायचे असतील, so this variable should belongs to your sequence. Okay. So yesterday we have taken one example of for loop. Calculate the number or find the sum. Okay, sum also we have seen. Sum is equal to sum plus 1. Similarly for multiplication, the number given by the user and the range. बरोबर आठवत आहे का तुम्हाला? Hello. Hello. Sorry, syntax, sequence, sorry, range साठी comma आहे. I used colon. Colon is outside. Okay. Copy paste करताना थोडंसं लक्ष द्या. And what is this last -1? Do remember, range ज्यावेळेस देते तुम्ही, it will start with the initial value, but last -1 will be your answer. Okay. The similarly we have seen for while loop मध्ये पण बघितलं होतं आपण. So this value will belongs to the range. Same case we have seen for list as well, and the sequences, string as well. Okay. Now instead of this, if I wish to print the product, that means 10 table. We have seen the example, but like one of you have mentioned in the comment, for loop. So I will print n into I. Enter, I wish to print the table of, let's say 5. Enter 5 into, how it executes actually. आता हा I variable, okay, it start it execution from the starting point. हे ह्या फॉर लूपचं एक्झिक्युशन कसं स्टार्ट होतं, जसं आपण इथे व्हाईल लूप मध्ये बघितलं. ओके, आय थिंक ही वॉन्ट टू गो विथ दिस लॉजिक. इथे जसं व्हाईल लूप मध्ये ह्या आय व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू इथे आपण इनिशियलाइज केली, बरोबर. इथे इनिशियलाइज केली आपण आय या व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू. व्हाईल लूप मध्ये काय करतो, इथे फक्त तुम्ही कंडिशन देतोय. दॅट मीन्स युअर बुलियन एक्सप्रेशन इज देअर इन द व्हाईल लूप. बट व्हॉट हॅपन्स हिअर इन फॉर लूप, here you have initialize the value. ह्या एकाच लाईन मध्ये तुम्ही काय करताय, व्हॅल्यू इनिशियलाइज करताय त्याची. सो द व्हॅल्यू फॉर आय विल स्टार्ट विथ 1 and it ends with the last -1. That means it ends with 10. हे कशाने एंड होणार आहे? सो व्हॉट एव्हर यू हॅव, इथे काय करताय तुम्ही व्हाईल लूप मध्ये लक्ष घ्या, इथे इनिशियलाइज करताय, इथे कंडिशन यूज करताय, आणि इथे तुम्ही काय खाली काय करताय ते आयदर इन्क्रीमेंट और डिक्रीमेंट. लक्ष द्या सगळ्यांनी. हॅलो, एम आय ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. I'm getting response in chat box. Now see, here you have initialized the value. Here you have checked the condition, and this is third section where you have incremented the value. While loop मध्ये काय होते, while loop च्या आधी तुम्ही ती व्हॅल्यू इनिशियलाइज करताय, while loop मध्ये कंडिशन चेक करताय, आणि while loop क्लोज करण्यासाठी तुम्ही काय करताय, एक तर इन्क्रीमेंट किंवा इथे तुम्ही इनसाइड बघितलं असेल तर डिक्रीमेंट. ओके, इट डिपेंड्स नाव ऑन द प्रॉब्लेम स्टेटमेंट. लास्ट टाइमचा जर तुम्ही प्रॉब्लेम बघितला असेल तर दोन्ही साईडला आपण प्लस प्लस केले होते, जे इज इक्वल टू J+1 and I is equal to I+1. It totally depends on your problem statement. You can decrement the value, you can increment the value, but with this condition. Okay, it depends on the condition. Now check here in the for loop. Just a minute, I'll go back to the syntax. Okay, I'll go back here, program. Now here I is initialized to 1. It will execute up to this n-1. That means your last element -1, 10. आता हा I व्हेरिएबल कुठपर्यंत इन्क्रीमेंट होणार आहे, म्हणजेच I is equal to I+1 हे कधीपर्यंत होणार आहे? इट विल इन्क्रीमेंट अप टू दिस. कधीपर्यंत? जो लास्टचा एलिमेंट. आता कन्सिडर करा की इथे मी 11 दिलं आहे रेंज, पण 10th व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे, ही माझी लास्ट व्हॅल्यू असणार आहे. सो I is going to be incremented up to 10. Okay, now and what it need to perform? It need to perform this operation n into I. Now check. Initially the input given is 5. The value of n is now 5. Okay, at the first iteration, पहिल्या iteration ला काय होईल? It gives the value of I, that is 1. Okay, we will print here n स्टार. इथे आपण प्रिंट करत चालूयात I या व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू. डबल इनवर्टेड कॉमा I. व्हॅल्यू प्रिंट करायची. सो आय नीड नॉट टू रिक्वायर. मला डबल इनवर्टेड कॉमा मध्ये दिलं तर काय होईल, तिथं ते प्रिंट होत जाईल. ओके, सो दॅट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. वी वॉन्ट द व्हॅल्यूज. डबल इनवर्टेड कॉमा मध्ये जे काय तुम्ही यूज करताय ते सगळं प्रिंट होते. ओके, n then I here into sign and you will get the product. Okay, in the first iteration, just पहिल्यांदा program run होईल, then at that time I am having the value of n is 5. For first value, range मधली पहिली value काय? 1. So 5 into 1, you can check here in the output screen, is equal to n into 5. That means 1 into 5, it will give 5. इथे काय झालं तुमचा? Okay, if I have one more print statement here, let's say print hi. If I write 5, after this line, it will go to next line or next logic. If you have any other logic, so it will go to the next line. And तिथे काय करेल तो परत हाय प्रिंट करेल. And as I don't have anything after this print, so it will go to this range and it will increment the value of I variable with 1. Now 1 plus 1, 2. Value of I variable becomes 2. N is now 5 as there is no change in the n variable. So 5. into value of I variable is 2 if you check at this place, and 5 into 2, it will give you the multiplication 10. Okay, now as you understood, I will remove this high, and after this, as I don't have any statement after this, so it will increment the value of I with 1, so I becomes 3. 5 into 3, it gives me 15. Okay, this way. Okay, now I hope you understood this. Hello. Okay, getting replies from your side. Okay. Okay, well, will actually you need to do the practice. थोडीशी practice केली का येईल लक्षात. Okay. Now we will move to next point. For that only I have taken this extra lecture. Okay, we'll move to now. Okay, keep this summary for you. Okay, all the syntax at one place. थोडंसं else मागे घेतो. Otherwise it will go outside this indentation. Okay. Yes, today we are going to look for list. Okay, as of now we have seen only the regular data types like integer, float, or boolean. Boolean, that means either it will go it will give me the true value or the false value. Especially these boolean values are there in the condition. Okay, if you don't have the condition, so this type is rarely used. म्हणजे आपण इथे बघितलं की कंपॅरिझन ऑपरेटर असेल. Okay, here for this reason it will give me the true value or the false value when I am having this boolean expression. Okay, only for that reason we are using this boolean type. But very important, because if you do any kind of project, कुठलाही प्रोजेक्ट करा, there are certain conditions की त्याच्यामध्ये कुठलाही प्रोजेक्ट करा की त्याच्यामध्ये conditions ह्या असणारच आहे. And to tackle those conditions we need to understand when it comes true it should execute, when it comes false जरी false असेल तरी तो कसा हँडल करायचा. Okay, so that part also we need to be taken care. Okay, for that we require this boolean expressions. Okay, now we are going to learn about some sequence and the collection type. Why we call this as a collection? Because this integer or float, if you declare any variable as an integer, it will store only one value. Or if you declare any variable with float, it will declare only one value. Okay, it will contains only one value. But there are certain storage structures like list or array, and we have more types in the list as well. So they are going to hold multiple values for a particular variable. ते एका variable साठी ते काय करतात, you can store the multiple values in the variable. But if you use the integer and float, you will able to store only one value. Okay, so this is what about the programming. If you use the integer, if you use the float, or if you use this boolean type, so there you can able to store only one type of or only one values. But for this, if you use the list, if you use array, if you use structure, see structure is there in the C programming language. Okay, as point come, so I'm going to upload. Okay, just a minute. From in this, sorry. Just now this point come, otherwise I will forget it again. Okay, with this here, if you see the blank copy, here I'm going to add the link of C programming lectures. Okay, which is there for the first year. जे फर्स्ट इयर साठी लेक्चर्स घेतले त्याची मी इथे तुम्हाला काय करतो, एक एक्सेल शीट मध्ये लिंक प्रोव्हाइड करतो as like with this the contents and its video lecture. Okay, because I got messages from your side like you wish to know about C programming language as well, but as we have a less duration, so I will attach it here and you can by today I will give you the link of that Excel sheet. Okay, this is as similar like as this, so you can refer this. If you stuck at any problem, you can message me. Okay, now we will go back to here. Okay, have you understand? आता मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं ते समजलंय का की सी प्रोग्रामिंगची लिंक मी त्या एक्सेल शीटची लिंक मी इथे पेस्ट करेल तुम्हाला फॉर युअर युसेज, as many of you have sent me the message to go with the C programming as well. Okay, is it fine? Hello. Okay, actually I supposed to pass directly, but if I directly pass it here, many of you won't go through it, so I announced just now. Okay, now we were here, and this list, array, structure, function, so sorry, not function, array, structure, and there is one collection enum. Okay, in programming languages, so they hold the multiple data, multiple values for a single variable. Okay, now out of this we are going to look for list in the Python. Okay, so again, if you see the machine programming or image processing part, in that case you'll mostly find this use of this list. Okay, hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
In machine learning subject or in this image processing, there is a use of mostly, or you can say the frequently used one concept as list. कशासाठी? Because there you will be having the like a large number of data, and to store this large number of data you require some container, and this is named with the list. तर हे कंटेनर कशासाठी यूज करतात की ह्या लार्ज व्हॅल्यू साठी. Okay, so for machine learning, or if you say the image processing, every single, see what you are seeing it here, इथे जे काही तुम्ही आता स्क्रीन वरती दिसतंय, so how you are going to access it, हे सगळं तुम्ही ऍक्सेस कसं करणार आहात. सपोज हे मला ऍक्सेस करायचं आहे, इथली हे हा पार्ट. नाउ इफ आय क्लिक हिअर, इट इज गेट सिलेक्टेड. हे सिलेक्ट झाले इथे लिस्ट, हा जो रेड कलरचा टॅब आहे, इट गेट सिलेक्टेड, बट कम्प्युटर डझंट नो अबाउट दिस. कम्प्युटरला हे सगळं जे काय मी करतोय, दिस इज अ हाय लेवल लँग्वेज, and what computer is understood is in the form of binaries, zeros and one. हे जे काही सगळं तुम्हाला स्क्रीन वरती दिसतंय, इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ zeros and one. ओके, द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ zeros and one. सो आता जे काही स्क्रीन वरती दिसतंय, इफ यू विश टू स्टोअर, आता हा माझं काय झालं, इट इज व्हेरी इझी फॉर मी टू टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट. जस्ट नाउ आय हॅव प्रेस्ड द स्क्रीनशॉट बटन, and if I go to the paint, मी पेंट मध्ये गेलो. Okay, okay, And if I press Ctrl V, so whatever is there on my screen, it is get paste here. Okay, if you check this paint option, so it get copied and paste. But for this